Hello everyone. I know it's been a long time. I'm back. I hope you are all doing well. I hope you all are safe. I hope you are staying at home and all that with everything that's going on. But I'm here today because Sephora is holding their annual spring sale still. But it's, of course, going to be online because they're closed. The actual stores are closed. I know not everyone's going to be shopping, and I wasn't sure. I was going back and forth on whether or not to do this video because I know a lot of people are not shopping right now, which is very understandable. But I said, okay, forget it. I've got the time because the last sale I didn't have time to do a video like this. So for those of you who have not gotten an email or or even looked on the app yet, I wrote down, let's see, for Rouge, you get 20% off, and that's from April 17th to May 1st that you get the 20% off. And VIB is 15% off, and that's from April 21st to April 29th. And then Insiders get 10% off, and that's from April 23rd to April 27th. The one thing I did forget to write down is what the code is, but normally they just give you the code to enter in for it. If anything, I'll just put it in the description box if you haven't gotten your email or anything like that. And they normally send something in the mail as well. But who knows with what's going on if they're going to do that or not. So these are going to be, of course, my recommendations on what to get at Sephora. If you don't already know, I am, of course, oily skinned, and I'm quite oily. So, and I do my own skincare and everything with all that. I've been able to get my oils and stuff like that more under control. But it doesn't mean I'm not oily at all. So I still get oils no matter what. So it's just, it is what it is. So, but I'm going to probably start out with skincare and then work my way from there. So, I don't have any on me because I used the last of what I had, but the Sephora brand face masks, whether it is like a mud or clay or even the sheet masks, those are awesome. I love them. And they're a little bit more on the affordable side. They're usually about like, usually $5 or $6. The smaller ones that are like you have enough for one use when it comes to like the clay ones are usually cheaper. But that, those are, more affordable. It's all, pretty much like drugstore, but, at Walmart there's other ones that are more generic that, of course, you can get cheaper. But still with, having, whether you have 10, 15, 20% off, it still makes it a little bit cheaper. So, but I do like those. I've used a couple of those. I just wish I had one on me to even show you, but I don't because I used it all. So, now face wash or cleansers. What I use and what I like, you can pick up at Sephora. I use the Clinique. It is the liquid facial soap for oily skin formula. Hopefully you can see that. I have the big boy here. Of course, you can get different sizes that are a little bit cheaper if it's better for you, whatever it may be. But I have the big boy. I use two different cleansers. One I use is from the drugstore that I use for at night. This I use in the daytime. So as you can see, I've had this for probably about a year, maybe a little bit less, and it's lasted me this long, this big boy. So I know it looks, be on the pricier side, but if you're like me and you use one for cleanser for during the day and a different cleanser for at night, this would be a good buy. It's worth it. It lasts you a long time. At least for me it does. So there's that one. Otherwise, I don't use any other ones, or at least I haven't tried any. And then when it comes to toners, I like I hope I pronounced this correctly, the Ole Hendrickson. I think that's how you pronounce it. If I pronounced it wrong, comment down below and let me know how to actually pronounce it if I pronounced it wrong. It's the Balancing Force Oil Control Toner. Green Fusion Complex with salicylic acid and AHAs in it. So when I use a toner with salicylic acid, I don't use it all the time. I don't use it every day, but I definitely use it at night when it has a salicylic acid in it, especially when I wear makeup. So that when I wash my face and everything and remove the makeup, the salicylic acid also helps, because I also do have acne prone skin, if you don't already know that. I can't remember if I mentioned that or not. So, but that's what I use to make sure you get all the makeup and the oil and the dirt and all that off with the salicylic acid to help with the acne. But like I said, I don't use it every day. If I use this every day, especially twice a day, it would dry my face out really bad. So I don't want to do that. I just use it as kind of like an extra help so that I don't leave anything behind and clog my pores and break out really bad. The other ones that I do try or have tried that I like is the Clinique. I only have samples. The job I work at, we have Clinique, and I was given, you know, the little samples to hold me over for right now. And this was back then, though. I have both the number 3 and number 4. So 3 is supposed to be for combination skin. So when I don't want something as harsh, especially on my skin, I use this one, so that it's not so bad and not stripping so much on my face. But especially when it is the summer and it's that time, you know, that womanly time of the month where, you know, the evil pimples want to come out, and, you know, hormone balance, all that stuff. So I use the number 4. That one's for oily skin, but I only use it because it's strong. Like I said, I only use it once a day. So okay, moisturizers. The only moisturizer I use from Sephora is the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Gel. They have a whole bunch of different moisturizers that are awesome. But there's one that's a lotion, and then there's one that is, they have a jelly, stuff like that. I prefer, when it comes to a moisturizer, I prefer a gel. A gel does not break me out. It doesn't clog my pores, and it still gives me moisturization. Creams, the cream or the lotion kind, tends to clog my pores and break me out really bad. I mean, that's how sensitive my skin is, and it happens. So, but this one I really like, and, you know, they have other ones you could try. They even have ones that you can do a combination skincare now, where it's a moisturizer, and then you have a little insert that you go in there, and you can put for, you know, like uneven skin tone or uneven texture or aging, stuff like that, that you can stick in there. With something like that, I usually suggest to go to the store and ask for, you know, the Clinique representative and have them help you. But, of course, right now, no stores are pretty much open because of what's going on. So, but you could always play around or whatever, or even look at reviews online too, for people who have the same skin as you do, because I know of course, not everybody is oily. I know there's people that have dry skin, combination, I mean, you name it. And that's what's the nice thing about when you go on the app or on the website, you know, there's different reviews, and you can look for just your skin type, whatever it may be. So, but for oily skin, and if you're like me and you break out real easily, the gel is the best. And make sure it says gel, because there's one that looks basically the same, but it's the lotion. So this is the gel one. Next we have lip care, and the only thing I use is the Laneige Special Care Lip Sleeping Mask. It comes in a jar. I know it is on the pricier side, but what's nice about it is it lasts a long time. A little bit goes a long way. It really does. So, you know, you may think, okay, well, especially if you're a person that buys a lot of lip balm or whatever, you figure that's a bunch of money that you're spending at the drugstore. It comes in a jar, of course. As you can see, mine has gotten lots of use out of it. And it comes also with the scoop, so you don't have to stick your finger in there. You just take the scoop, put it on your lips, smear it around. I clean the scoop. I use antibacterial soap when I clean it, obviously, but I put it on at night, and I lather it on, and when I wake up in the morning, my lips really are not dry, and It's not cracked and peeling, and they just feel so nice and moisturized. So that one I really do suggest, and it's worth the money, and it does last you a long time. So we're going to go to face primer, and I have tried different face primers from Sephora, especially for my skin type, like say the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. I don't like that one. That one breaks me out really bad. I just break out. So, what I'm going to suggest, there's 3 different ones that I really like, and it's the Smashbox ones. The Photo Finish, there's a clear one that's called the Smooth and Blur. That's the original formula. You can use that for basically any skin type. That's really nice. I've even used it, and it pairs really well with the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. So, but I do use the minimizing pore one, this one in the purple. And I also now use, this is a newer one that came out not too long ago. It's the Oil and Shine Control. So this one I kind of put all over my face, and then this one, because it's supposed to have a pore minimizing, so basically it fills in your pores, I just use it in my T-zone area. Or other days where I don't care if my pores are showing. I mean, there's just some days where I'm just like, whatever, just a little bit of coverage and I'm good to go. And I'll just put this on all over, and it really helps control a lot of that shine. But those are what I use. I like it a lot, especially if you, like I said, you have real oily skin. So next it comes up foundations. There's a few that I have tried, but my 2 that I really suggest that are my favorites. Now, I apologize, this one's a little dirty, but this one, you can tell this definitely, that I get a lot of use out of, and it's, of course, the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. If you have oily skin, I mean, like bad oily skin like I do, this is awesome. It doesn't, it lasts me at least 6 hours, depending on what primer and what setting spray I use. So if I really want it to last a long time, then of course I use a better setting spray and a better primer to go with it. But if you want one that really stays put, this is it. The only thing there is flashback for when you do like flash photography, so be careful of that, but because there's a little bit of SPF in it. And then the other one that I am absolutely loving, that I, what I did is I got a sample of it first to try it out, and then I wound up loving it, and so did my husband, actually. So, is the Stay Naked Foundation from Urban Decay. That's really good for oily skin, and it's, it's actually more of a plastic bottle, and of course it's a pump. And of course I know it's more on the cleaner side because I have, still somewhat new, and I haven't really used it that much as I use this one. So, but those 2 are awesome. I love it. And they are on the matte side. So what I suggest, I know some people, what they like to do is they like to dot their foundation on and then blend it in. But what I really, really suggest is, because they're both basically matte, is to do a little bit at a time, a section at a time. I wouldn't dot, because by the time you get, say you start here and you work your way around and get over here, by the time you get over here it's going to be dry and you're not going to be able to blend it out. So definitely a little bit, a section at a time, so you can blend it out, and it is a matte foundation, just so you know. I don't use very much concealer. I'm not a big concealer fan, but when I do, I use the Benefit Boing Cakeless Concealer. I really like that because that really stays, and I got this, actually, it was originally a sample from Influencer, which I already have a video for. So look that up if you want to see my review on that. But this is what I do is this concealer. Otherwise, I could suggest the Urban Decay concealers or color correctors. Those are really good as well. When it comes to face powder, or whether it's, pressed or loose. Now, this one, I did not see it at first on Sephora's website. I don't know, it might be discontinued, it might not, but it couldn't hurt to look. So I apologize, though, if it is discontinued. It is the De-Slick Urban Decay Mattifying Powder, and it comes in this purple compact. And of course, you know, it's transparent, it's pressed. This was really nice to travel with, because you don't have to worry about powder all over the place and everything. But I like this, and it's even good for little touch-ups sometimes. So if you're able to find it, it's a good selection. I also love, and because powder gets everywhere, and it's a loose powder, it gets everywhere, the Urban Decay Velvetizer. This is, you can use it as a setting powder. You can also put it in with like your foundation, and you can mix it together to make it more coverage if you want to, especially if you got like a special thing going on and you just need more coverage. You could do that as well. But this is, I use it just really as a setting powder, and it's what exactly it says is it feels like a velvet on your face. I don't like I shouldn't be touching my face, but this is what I'll use to set my face, and it does exactly like it says. It makes your face feel like velvet. I'm not going to touch my face. I'm trying to break that habit. Anyone else having that hard time of breaking that habit of not touching your face? That is a really hard habit to break. And hopefully I'm not the only one. So, yeah. Alright, so I am going to go to blush. I don't wear a whole lot of blush, and I do if it's more subtle. I have a little bit on today, as you can see. I try to put everything on that's on my list, basically, or that's at Sephora. The only thing that is not is my mascara. That I always use drugstore. It's more affordable that way. But I absolutely love, especially with, you know, having oily skin, I love the Tarte Amazonian Clay, the 12-hour blush. I have two that I use. This one is Captivating. As you can see, that's more of a pinkish color. And then there's one, it's called Partay with 3 A's. And that's what I have on my cheeks right now. So I only like I don't like anything real heavy or light. Everyone has their whole, you know, they have their own preference. There's some people, and there's nothing wrong with that, that, you know, want more color and put it on. But with me, I try to just give just me a little bit of color and flush. But that's just, you know, me. So, and the next thing I'm going to do is highlight. I've got a couple of them. So this one, the one I have was the special edition with Casey Holmes. It's a Smashbox Spotlight palette. They have two. They have Pearl, which is the one I have right here, and they have one that's gold for more of a deeper skin tone. I love this. This was, you know, especially when doing more of a subtle highlight. The nice thing about these is if you just want a tiny bit, you can do a tiny bit, or you can build it up to make it more blinding if you want to, which is the nice thing, and it lasts on my skin. So as you can see, there's different colors. But this one is more of a shimmer to it than it is really like a highlight. So this is the lighter one, a little bit of a darker one, and then there's that one. Sometimes what I do is I mix all three and put it on, or I'll just mix these two. As you can see, these have some love to them. That I've used them a lot. But the packaging they have for this now, it doesn't have this, because it was a special edition with Casey Holmes. It's more, I think it's black now. It's just black. But I definitely do suggest that. I also, this is a newer one that I've gotten, I don't know, 3-4 months ago, maybe 4 months ago. It is by Benefit, the Cookie Highlighter. Originally, it was in one of those sets where they've got the Hoola bronzers and a couple different blushes, and then this. And originally, it was just a special edition for that. And so many people loved it and wanted it just by itself that they, you know, came out with this. This is the Cookie one. As you can see, this is more of a pinky champagne. And if you go with a like a light brush, like a light feather brush, you know, it gives just a light highlight. Or if you want it to be blinding, kind of like mine is, because that's what I have on right now, is you use a brush that's more dense, a little bit more stiff. And this is what the girl at, you know, the Benefit counter told me to do, especially if I want to make it as blinding as I got it right here. Use one that's like a little bit more dense. So the one I'm using for this is actually more of a foundation brush, but I use this. So, and it works, especially with when I want it to be quite blinding. The last one I have is, last time I looked, it was not on their website anymore, but I figured I'd suggest it because sometimes, you know, they bring stuff back or whatever. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Emerisi highlight. That was like a special edition, but it is, as you can see, it's gotten lots of love from me. This is one of my favorites too, that actually lasts a long time on, right here, on my skin, that I like a lot. So I'm hoping that they do bring it back for the sale, but we'll see. We'll see. So I figured it couldn't hurt to suggest it. If it's not there, I apologize. You know, I'm trying. I promise. If you're picking anything up, comment down below. Let me know what you're getting. I don't know if I'm going to be picking anything up. If it is, it's very small. Very, very, very small. Because just like a lot of people out there, we're on a very tight budget. So that's for sure. I hope you all stay well and stay safe, please. Please, please, please. And remember to wash your hands and, you know, stay home. That's the best way to keep this thing, or stop this from spreading. So I know it's been said over and over again on commercials and all that, but it is true. So if you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification button so you can get notified when I put up more videos. I'm planning on, you know, recording some more while I'm home. We'll see how that goes. But also, you know, comment below. And also don't forget, you can follow me on Instagram, and you can also follow me on Twitter. So you can do that, and I'll leave that down below for you, okay? So until I see you guys later, have a good one, and I'll talk to y'all later, and thank you for joining me today. Bye.